And Amaun just being told to tuck that vest in. That is a requirement before boxing can start. Amaun of Afghanistan in the blue, Kumar representing India in the red.
Round one.
So touch of gloves between the two, and Kumar gets things underway with a nice snappy looking jab. Amaun is pretty open as he comes forward, comes quite square, stands quite tall, looking to try and get physical with Kumar. And Kumar looks to have some decent basic tools here. Good right hand there from Kumar. He needs to keep flicking that jab, Kumar. Amaun will come at him. Amaun trying to keep that head moving. But sooner rather than later, he'll look to close that gap. And when he does, as he did there, the balance does tend to go a bit. And as I say, the feet come round, the feet come square. So Kumar's just got to keep his composure here. Amaun loses his footing as he comes forward. And just caught with a couple there, Amaun. Committed to the right hand again. It sailed over the shoulder there, really, of Kumar, who'd just taken a little step off and was able to reply with a couple of punches. And Amaun put down with the right hand, I thought, but the referee signals a slip there, doesn't call the knockdown, wipes off the gloves. I think the feet maybe did get in a little bit of a tangle, but I felt like a right hand maybe started it. Similar to that, a right hand landed and then he just kind of lost track of his feet a bit, Amaun, and the same thing there. The balance isn't really there when he commits to the attack. The feet's so important in boxing. You've got to try and keep them underneath you at all times. It's not an easy thing to do. When he looks to launch himself forward, as I say, the feet come a bit square, the feet cross, and that's where you can start to have some problems. On the other hand, if you look at Kumar, for the most part, he stays fairly side on. He's moved into a southpaw stance there, just as I say that. But that's how you maintain that balance, really. Dip those knees, soften those knees, and keep those feet the same distance apart. Stay nice and side on. It makes you a lot more difficult to move. And that's true of any sport, really. If you stand square with your toes facing your opponent, it just renders you immobile. And there's a point deduction there from the referee. So it's not been a great opening round for Amaun, who just catches a couple of shots there from Kumar right towards the end of it. Plenty of effort there from Yawari Amaun, who, as I say, is Afghanistan's only team member. But a lack of experience showing in that opening round, really. And that, I thought, could easily have been called a knockdown, because there was definitely a punch that started that. The feet went from underneath him, but the punch started it. But he's lost that round, and he had the point deduction towards the end of the round as well. So this is one of those fights, if you're Kumar, where you just need to make sure
Round two.
that you get through this without any kind of an injury, because he's very awkward, Amaun. He's very, very awkward. He will close that gap. He'll come in. The feet are all over the place, the legs are all over the place. You might end up on the canvas with him at some point if you allow yourself to get entangled. There could be a clash of heads. You just want to get through this one without sustaining any kind of damage. Of course, you have to just make sure you win, but if he keeps his technique together and just keeps his eye on him, basically, then he's going to win this fight, Kumar. What you don't want to do, and I don't want to be too disrespectful to Amaun here, you don't want to get dragged down to your opponent's level and start fighting their kind of fight. Good 1-2 there from Kumar. And this is what he needs to do. He doesn't need to do anything complicated here. That's a neat combination from him. He's got a lot of heart here, Amaun. Right to the body. Down he goes. And he'll take the mandatory 8. Up he gets. But you could tell that body shot hurt him. And in comes the towel from the corner. And that's a compassionate corner because they know that he was giving everything he had there, Amaun, but he was out of his depth and they decided that they'd seen enough. He gave us a ton of effort there, but as I say, the experience at this kind of a level was lacking. The golfing ability between the two was too much, really, and that's good responsible work from the corner because it's not like he was taking some horrific beating, but he was on the receiving end and he was only heading in one direction.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner by a contest abandoned in the red corner, representing IBM India, Praveen Kumar.
So a second round win there for Praveen Kumar. That is described as an abandonment, basically, by the blue corner. They threw the towel in, they stopped the fight, and that's how that is described. But it's a stoppage win, that's how you would describe that in more casual boxing parlance, I guess, for Praveen Kumar. And I said at the start of that second round, he just needed to get through this without any kind of mishaps against a very awkward opponent. And he's